Hi, welcome to day 16 of your 21-day yoga challenge with Living Your Yoga. Let's begin. Just bring yourself into a comfortable seated position just for a couple of minutes to start with. And we're just going to anchor into our breath as we do at the start of every practice. So think about the length of the spine from the tail to the crown of the head. And you can do this sitting on the floor or sitting on a chair, whatever you're most comfortable. We're not going to be here for long. Let the shoulders soften and lengthen all the way up through to the crown of the head. Imagine you've got a thread lengthening upwards. Allow the eyes to drop towards the ground so you have a soft gaze, or even close your eyes if that feels more comfortable for you. Let the tongue rest in stillness inside your mouth. And this morning, as you start to become a little bit more connected to the breath, as you either feel the breath with your hands, as we did yesterday, or start to sense into the texture of your breath and the sensation, or maybe that sort of shift in temperature and the feeling of the breath through the nostrils. Use this as an anchor just to help sort of quiet the activity of the mind. And as you tune your attention inwards, maybe you could just notice how you're feeling at the start of the practice this morning. Get a sense of where your mind is. Is it busy? Is it quite active, ready to go? Is it quite sleepy and quiet, not quite arrived into the day yet? Or maybe something completely different. And then notice at the same time how your energy is feeling. Are you feeling a bit agitated that you need to move? Is the body feeling quite sluggish? Are you feeling quite steady? And then just notice how the body's feeling, the physical body. Any aches, pains, discomforts, anything that you need to be a little bit aware of, a bit mindful in your practice this morning. And if you have parts of the body that are feeling quite sore, or have had an injury, or have had some kind of illness, then with regards to your practice, just welcome even the parts that are uncomfortable into your practice this morning. So you sort of have a sense of equilibrium with the whole self, the aspects of you that have comfort, and also the aspects of yourself that have discomfort. Try and see them from a point of balance, and that you can invite all of these aspects of yourself into your practice and learn to work with them. And then when you're ready, we're going to start standing today. So if you're on your knees or with the legs crossed, then just come into an all fours position, turn the toes under, have the feet around hip width apart, and just walk the hands towards the knees. So this is a really nice way to come up to standing, especially if you're someone that has back issues. Push the feet into the ground and walk the hands up the body. It's a really useful, nice, safe way to come up to standing, and it keeps the hips nice and level at the same time. So let's find that comfortable standing position with the feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward, feet parallel. Lift and spread the toes and work to bring one toe down at a time. Find space between the toes. Push the feet down into the ground, and once again level up through the crown of the head. Let the shoulders soften. Find a spot, we call it a drishti, an external gaze in this case, around eye level, straight ahead of you, and just let the shoulders soften and breathe in and out here, just as you were before on the floor. Become aware of the natural rhythm of your breath. And as you push the feet down and lengthen through the crown of the head, just notice what happens to the muscles and the engagement in the rest of the body. Breathing in and breathing out here. And then interlace the fingers and press the palms down. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky, palms to the ceiling. Keep the jaw and the shoulders nice and soft. And you're just going to breathe in, lift the heels, press the palms to the ceiling, and just draw the ribs in slightly. Breathing in and breathing out here. Lift and engage the quads. You might feel a nice gentle toning of the core. And feel into the length of the front, the back, and the sides of the body as you engage in this lift. And don't worry if you wobble out, it's okay. Just find your way to come back up again, especially if you're quite new to the practice, or if balance isn't your thing. Just take your time and be patient with yourself. It's all a practice. So there's no expectation and there's no competition. You're just working from where you are today. And then slowly exhale, bring the heels down and bring the top of the hands to the top of the head. And take a breath here. And we're going to do the same again, inhaling up onto the toes or the balls of the feet, just lifting the heels where it's comfortable. Press the palms to the sky, draw the ribs in slightly, and see if you can get a feeling that you're lifting up from here, from the serratus muscles, rather than pulling into the shoulders. Get that sense that you're lengthening either side of the body, and then draw the ribs in slightly again. And as you draw the ribs in just a little, you'll feel that whole connection of all of the core muscles. And then so you can get a sense of lifting up throughout. And the legs are strong. And as you breathe in and out here, you can even bring your attention to your back and maybe even feel the breath move into the back. And take one more breath. And then slowly exhale. Let's keep the hands in the sky. Bring the heels down. Hold onto your left wrist. Inhaling and exhale. Reaching over to your right. Breathe in and breathe out here. And then inhale, come back to the center. Now holding onto your right wrist and exhale to reach. So you're just trying to find length, particularly down the right side of the body, but equally trying to maintain the length down the left side as well, so we're not collapsing. We're going to do the same again. So inhale, interlace the fingers first, press the palms up. We're going to do a little lifting of the heels. Inhale. And exhale, lower the heels down. Holding on to the left wrist, breathe in. Exhale over to your right. And this time we're going to inhale back to center, swap hands, hold on to the right wrist, and exhale over to the left. And then gently inhale, come up to center, interlace the fingers, a little lift with the heels. And then exhale, let everything float down. And then gently come into easy shoulder rolling. Just let the shoulders roll back. Notice how that feels. I've got some little crunching this morning, so make sure you're just moving with comfort. And then circle forward, breathing in, breathing out freely. And then we'll take this circling into the arms. So a little bit of coordination. I think we've done this once before throughout the challenge. So just bring the arms up to the sky, hands up to the sky. And then you're just swinging the right arm back and the left arm forward. And breathe freely here. And I always bring my whole body into the circling. It sort of helps really maintain that coordination, feel a bit of rhythm through the body. And it's inviting the whole body into the practice rather than just isolating the arms. And then we'll come up to the center and take it the opposite way. Right arm forward, left arm back. And also as you sort of have a little bounce through the knees, you can feel the feet nice and rooted into the ground. And then we're slowly starting to build up our energy a little bit for this morning's practice. And then when the arms come to the center, let them come down. Make sure the feet are still hip width apart, toes pointing forward and feet parallel. And let's bring the arms up, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, soften the knees, swing the arms back, let go of the head. And start this nice and slowly, as it's the first sort of forward fold of the day. Inhaling up and exhaling, swing back. And just notice how that feels, and maybe slowly build, lengthening the front of the body and then lengthening the back of the body. And you can slowly start to make this a bit more dynamic if that's available to you today. If it's not, then take your time. You might like to hang in a forward fold, or you might like to stay open the front of the body. And so you can play with it a little bit, depending on what your body needs this morning. And then the next time you breathe in, come all the way back up to standing, and then come towards the front of the mat and take a breath in. Reach the arms all the way up, push the feet into the ground and reach into the fingertips, and then exhale, stroke the air. Let the knees soften, and let go of the head. So you're thinking about lengthening the spine from the crown to the tail. Inhale, look up and lengthen. And exhale, fold back in. So with the hands, they're not sort of hanging limp. They're either on the ground or they're holding onto the ankles or the legs or the knees, wherever you are. Inhale, push the feet into the ground. Come all the way back up. And then exhale, come back to standing. So we're going to use this as a transition now. So let's breathe in, reach the arms up. Exhale, stroke the air, forward fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen, half forward fold. It might be holding onto your knees, shins, ankles, or on the ground. And then exhale, as you fold, you're going to step back briefly into a downward facing dog. And just pedal the heels here. Let go of the head. If down dog isn't for you, then just come straight onto your knees and maybe just wag the tail from side to side in your all fours position. And then we're slowly going to bring the knees down onto the ground. We're going to come straight into a cow pose. And you can either go back into your cat and child or turn the toes under to come back into dog, pressing the heels away. Inhaling, come back down onto your knees. And you'll either go into dog like I just did, or come back through cat and ease back into child. And then inhale, come back up into cow. So we're doing the same breath coordination, but just you can choose between two different movements. So you can exhale into your dog, inhale into your cow, or you can exhale through cat and child. And come back into your cow. Exhale, either come up into high knee, or you can come into your downward facing dog. Wherever you are, you're going to step the right foot between the hands and bring the left knee down. And make sure that right foot's slightly further forward, so it's not sort of, you're not so upright. So if you've stepped into the posture, make sure you work the foot forward so that you can bring the fingertips towards the ground. If your fingertips don't reach the ground, get some books, or if you use blocks, just put blocks either side of the front foot. And then as you stay here, just feel that extension down the front of the left hip and the quad. Lift the chest here, try not to sink down, keep upright, looking ahead, breathing in, breathing out here. Now this might be enough for some of you, so stay here if this is at your sort of edge point. Otherwise, you might bring the hand just above the knee onto the thigh and lift the chest, so you're lengthening the front of the body, but still let the knee bend so you can really sit nice and deep into this lunge. This might be enough for some of you. If you want to go a little bit further, you can reach the arms up and lift the gaze slightly as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring the arms wide into cactus arms and see if you can make sure you see your arms in your peripheral vision so they're not coming right far back. Keep them nice and level. And then inhale, reach the arms up again. And exhale, cactus arms. Keep the arms in the peripheral. And you can keep the arms here if you like, or we can do one more breath while we reach. And exhale, cactus arms. Now we can bring our hands down onto the ground. So bring your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Bring the right hand onto the right thigh and just look over the right shoulder. Again, this might be more than enough for some people, or you can raise that right hand to the sky. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, straighten that back leg, press into the heel, and you might find you can get even more of a twist here. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel length through the neck and either look down to the thumb on the ground, or you can turn your gaze, look up to the thumb in the sky, or look to the side, but have a sort of consideration of the position of your neck. So if your back leg is nice and straight here, we're going to slowly lower that knee down. And then we're going to return. So we're all in runner pose. And then you either step back into your downward facing dog, or you come back onto your knees if downward dog isn't for you today. So we'll do the same on the left side. Step the left foot forward, bring the right knee down, coming into runner pose, lift the chest. So you only stay in the position that's most comfortable for you. I'm just adding on extras for those of you that want to. As always, you choose how far you want to take your yoga practice, depending on how you feel today. So some of you will stay here as before. Feel that lovely stretch down the front of the right hips and the quad. And then some of you will bring the hand onto the thigh. And you can sort of have a little bit of pressure so you can sink a bit deeper. You might feel a little bit of a deeper stretch there. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep the head upright. Some of you will find reaching the arms up is quite invigorating and comfortable. A little bit of balance work going on. And then exhale. Some of you might quite like cactus arms. Keep the, so you can see your hands in your peripheral vision. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, cactus. And again, when you're ready, inhale, reach up. And exhale, cactus. And then those of you that have got the hand on the thighs, we can all meet there. And then we can bring the hands down either side of that left foot. And the same again. So the right hand's on the ground, left hand is on the left thigh, and look over the left shoulder. That might be enough. Or you might raise the left arm. Or you might straighten the back leg, press into the right heel even. And breathe in and breathe out here. So be aware of where you're choosing to gaze so your eyes aren't sort of darting around everywhere. Try and keep that sense of focus and stillness and stability, inward and outward. Breath nice and steady. And then on your next exhalation, slowly lower the right knee if you'd lifted it. Bring the hands down so we're all meeting back in runner pose, and either head back into a downward facing dog or come into high knee. And then from here, we're going to come forward. You might come to a plank pose, or you might lower the knees down like so, and you can all slowly lower down onto the tummy. Point the toes away, so you're on the tops of the feet, and bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Forearms are shoulder width apart, palms are flat on the ground. And if you direct the tail down slightly and engage the quads, you've got a really nice stable base, and you can lengthen the front of the body here. Breathing in, breathing out, gazing ahead. So some of you might like to stay there. If you're wanting to do a little bit more work this morning or today, whenever you're doing this practice, have the left arm parallel to the top of the mat, so the elbow is in line with the shoulder. Bend the right knee and swim the right arm round to hold on to right foot or right ankle. Keep that right shoulder forward. Don't let it be pulling back. Keep it nice and level. And then push that right foot away and then pull it towards you at the same time. And this is a really nice quad stretch. So as you can see, my right knee is coming off the ground. Not everyone's will. It just depends on where you are today, how much you do practice or any kind of movement modality. So work to where you are, make sure you're comfortable. Breathing in, breathing out. So you get a sense of feeling the length of the front of the body. Nice deep quad stretch here as well. We'll do one more breath. And then gently lower down, and we're going to swap over. Those of you that are in Sphinx pose, if you're happy there, you can stay there or come to lying on your tummy and just turn your head to look over the right shoulder. Those of us that are doing half bow pose, right arm parallel to the top of the mat. Hold on to the left foot this time. Notice how this feels. Keep the left shoulder forward and then push that left foot away, holding onto the ankle or the foot. Feel that sort of push-pull as you're drawing the left arm back, pulling the foot back towards you as it sort of reaches away at the same time. Creating a little bit of tension there. 2 more breaths. And then slowly lower that leg down, release. And we're all going to come either into child pose or knee to chest. So some of you might like child pose. Take the knees wide, stack the hands on top of each other, rest the forehead to the ground. If child pose isn't for you, come to lying on your back with the knees into the chest for a nice counter pose as well. You're just getting that sense of sort of rounding the spine. Breathing in, breathing out here. And come back to let your attention draw inwards and just listen to the sound of your breath. And then gently, if you're in child pose, come forward again onto your tummy and roll over onto your back. If you're in knee to chest pose, just let the knees stay bent, but bring the feet to the ground. If you've come from child pose, knees bent, feet around, hip width apart, arms out to the side, palms face the ceiling, length through the neck, take a breath in. And exhale, window wiper twist, knees drop to the right, turn your gaze to the left. And then inhale, bring the knees to center, and exhale to twist. To left and turn the gaze to the right. Inhale to center and exhale to twist. So I use this easy twist quite a lot for most of my students. They generally love it. So you'll probably get really familiar with this from our 21-day yoga challenge. Hopefully it'll feel quite comfortable by now and really familiar. And we'll just do one more to each side. And then you can finish the twist, knees to the left, and roll on to the left, and ease your way up to sitting. We've run slightly over, apologies for that. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.